Guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching this video. This is my first video, so I made it so little nervous, but thank you for watching. It's your girl Renny Koya, aka Renny K, and my channel is going to basically be about growth, positivity, and love. Mainly it is called Renny Koya Empowers because it's about empowering everyone, mostly women, but empowerment for everyone and getting you to a place, getting you from A to B, point A to point B, because I realize that it's very, very difficult to navigate through this life, and some of us are just winging it. And although yes, we are winging it, but there are also some tools and techniques and things that we need to that we should implement in our lives that will make it easier to wing it, as we all are. And these are some of the things that I've been through, processes that I'm still going through, and I just want to share with the world. And I've always wanted to be someone that wanted to talk to people, motivate people, empower people, and whatnot. Cut that long story short, today I am going to be talking to you about uncovering your truth, which is uncovering the truth behind you. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I find that so many times a lot of us find ourselves in the same exact cracked nonsense positions. What do I mean by that? First of all, in order to get to the next level of your life, right, you gotta look back a little and understand where you're coming from and how you can make the next level better, how you can get to the next level without problems, how you can make that transition smooth. And sometimes we find it very, very difficult to make this transition smooth because we have things that we're dealing with in our past. We have things that have happened to us that are making us act a certain way, behave a certain way, and we just don't know how to handle the situations. What do I mean by that? I'm pretty sure, because I've been in this position, and maybe not everyone has, but I'm pretty sure a lot of us have been in positions where we're just winging this life. Whatever comes, whatever doesn't come, we're just keeping it moving. You don't know why you do things. You're doing things, but you don't know why you're doing this. You're acting out. Not even acting out. So just living your life. You're just being yourself. In quote, as I used to say, being myself. And that's fine, baby girl. Do you, baby boy as well. All y'all, do you. But yeah, it's fine to do you, be yourself. But we need to understand that there's certain things that we do, and there are reasons behind why we do them. This is where we're talking about uncovering the truth behind you. What do I mean by this? Sometimes, baby girl, a guy comes to your life, you start acting a fool. He beats you, you stay. He slaps you, you stay. That's the same thing. Okay, he treats you badly, you stay. He speaks wrongly to you, you stay. No matter what he does to you, you continue to give him all your love. You give him all your respect. Some people, some ladies, and no shaming you here, baby girl. You give him all your dough, your hard-earned dough that you worked hard to go and make, that you worked your ass off. You give him your money, and some of them don't even need it, but you just continue to do these things. And the first guy comes, first thing that situation happens. The second guy comes, the same situation happens. The third guy comes, the same situation happens. The fourth guy, baby girl, there's obviously a problem. There's obviously a reason why you're doing this. And it's like, you tell yourself you're never going to do it again. It's not as if these situations happen. You tell yourself you're never going to do it again. Or sometimes it's one person, one guy. It's one guy, right? And it can be a girl too, please. I'm not being sexist. It can be a girl too. Sometimes some guys take some crap from some ladies they don't need to take. You know, some ladies have bad behavior too, you know. But it can, either way, you find yourself in a position where you are dealing with things that you shouldn't be dealing with. And you know, and you want to leave the situation, but you can't. You can't bring yourself to. But there's a reason why you're in this situation. There might be something that has happened to you that has shaped you to be able to deal with that situation. And you don't need to deal with that situation. You're just acting, winging it. For others, it might be things like procrastination. Able to ever do something that you say you're going to do in order to achieve the next step. You just find it difficult to do it. Perfect example of this procrastination. Because I wanted to start this YouTube channel, I went on my Twitter. So I went back on my Twitter. I was really happy that I still have my password and everything. And you know, when I went on there, I was just like, wow. So I went into my DMs. I haven't been on Twitter since like 2012, 2013. So I went into my DMs and I just saw some conversations I was having with some people, and I was like, who is that? I've just seen so many. I was like, who is this? Like, where did I find this person, man? Like, who is this? Like, and then I saw a conversation that had to do with me talking to a guy that I just don't know who he is, to be honest. He was talking about radio, coming to see me perform and coming to see me speak, not perform but speak. I was talking to him about starting a YouTube channel. I was talking to him about finding more speaking and hosting gigs. I was talking to him about those things. This is 2011. We are now in 2019 and I am just starting. This is my first video, my YouTube channel. Doesn't it show that there was something that was wrong with me that stopped me from starting this channel from 2011 to 2019? I had to sit back and talk to myself and say, baby girl, what stopped you? Why was I afraid? I was afraid. Why was I afraid? I was afraid to put myself out there. Why? I cared about what people thought about me. Why? I needed validation from people. Why? Daddy issues, full stop. The rest is not history, because we're still in the process of, you know, dealing with it and learning it and understanding what to do and learning myself more. But, you know, there was a reason behind those things. And ultimately, daddy issues is a very, 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 very big statement, because it varies from person to person, from individual to individual. But that was part of why I just couldn't I was too scared to put myself out there. And although I put up a very, very confident front, I wasn't truly confident within myself, and that's another story for another day. But the point I'm making is there were issues, just something like starting a YouTube channel. I know so many people think, oh my god, this is an issue that so many people have, but the reasons why we react, or the reasons why some of us fear is different. The reason why some of us fear is it varies to the things that we've dealt with, and nobody's experience is the same. That's why there can be how many people on YouTube and so many people are successful. That's why there can be so many people doing exactly what you do, or you're still successful, because nobody has the same story, nobody has the same message. So what I'm saying is that sometimes you just find yourself in a position where you just don't understand why you're doing certain things, but there's reasons behind them. And in order for you to go forward, you have to understand what's in the back. You can't just ignore it. And a lot of us are ignoring it and trying to strive to go up, and it's just not going to work out, because there's something behind there that needs to be unpacked, needs to be unraveled in order for you to get to your next level. Stop ignoring your past. Stop ignoring the issues that you've had. Stop ignoring the things that you've dealt with. Do you know that studies have shown that the earliest form of relationships that we build can affect our bonds, our relationships for the rest of our lives? Meaning that the earliest forms of social bonds that we build, so it can be a bond that you build with your mother, a bond that you build with your father, even your siblings, can affect how you form relationships throughout your life as an adult. Earliest form as in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 9 months old, 1 year old, 3 years old, can affect how you build relationships as an adult. So if that can affect, if those things, so imagine the things that you've dealt with that have formed you to be who you are. Imagine some of the negative things that have formed you to be who you are. Some of us are filled with negative things up to here, and we don't want to deal with them. We just expect our lives to go smoothly. Some people, they wing it and it's working for them, but I personally believe that one day they're going to have to deal with it. They're going to break down in some way or form of shape, but it's not your portion in Jesus' name to break down. So we are saying that since we understand that this is an issue, or this can be an issue, why don't we deal with it now? See, I'm not talking out of just talking. I'm talking about somebody that has dealt with this, that has been dealing with this, in the process of this, and understanding what it has done and what it's doing for my life. So you need to do the same too, because you need to understand what's going on in your life, because you need to get to the next level, because you're doing too little, baby girl. You're made for more than this. You're better than this. You're sitting down, you're chilling, and you should be doing more. You should be doing more. I had to tell myself, psych myself, force myself to understand that I should be doing more than I'm doing. There's more inside of me. There's more inside of me that I'm actually putting out there. And I'm not holding back. I'm just not holding back anymore. And I don't want anyone around me to hold back anymore. And I want to help everybody as much as possible not hold back anymore. My point is, there are things, it's time to realize that you got issues, boo. You got issues, boo. We all got issues, boo. And we all got to deal with them someday, sometime. So stop acting like everything is okay and acting like you're going to make a better decision the next time, or acting like, you know, you're going to learn to do the right thing the next time, you're going to be a better person, without trying to understand why you are a bad person in the first place. You cannot be a better person if you don't understand why you initially were a bad person. You cannot do a better job if you don't understand initially why you did a bad job. When understanding brings solution, it's time to understand where we're coming from so we can make our own truth for the future. We can decide what we want our future to look like based on the knowledge that we have. For to understand ourselves and understand the things that we've been through in the past, it's very difficult to know where we're going to. When you don't understand the past that you're coming from, it's very difficult to understand how you can help shape the future that you want to get to. But when you understand where you're coming from, when you understand the things that have happened to you, when you understand everything that is supposed to bring you down, you empower yourself to get to a level where you're only going to move forward, you're only going to go higher. Because you know, for me, when I used to meet guys, first 3 months, I was in love. There's nothing you can tell me. Love. I would ignore everything that I see that's wrong. I don't care. I won't care, because that was my husband. So no one can, not even that was my husband. It was just a craving of, oh my God, this guy. And it's, I mean, I think I'm a beautiful girl. No, but seriously, I don't think any girl needs to settle. I don't think any girl needs to force themselves on any guy. I don't think any girl should see things that they don't like and settle, and I don't think any guy should either. But I used to find myself in a position where I will settle for a guy that I know there are a few things that I don't really like, I'm not really sure of, but I would ignore all those things and just keep moving, because I just wanted his attention. I just loved that he liked me so much, he cared about me so much. And that too relates to daddy issues. It's only very recently that I found that it's within the first 3 months that my eyes are blind. After 3 months, I don't know, everything is just open. It's like my mother is praying somewhere and my eyes just open and clear, and I'm just like, who, what, why, how? And I'm sure there's some guys that have decided that will be able to attest to this. That first 3 months I was in love. After that I was just like, oof, it's not me going through that, boy. It's not me. But honestly speaking, you can't be, once I understood reasons why I did that, and then I craved attention from people. Sometimes I needed a man to validate me. When I understood that I was doing that, when I understood some of the issues that I had dealt with, some of the things, when I understood some of the things that I dealt with in the past that are making me need this, want this, crave this, I stopped. There's no guy I can meet now that can be making me fall in any kind of stupid love or need his attention. When I meet you now, I look at you like this. What are you bringing to this table, and why should I give you the opportunity? I'm joking. I mean, I still fall in love, but I'm just more careful about how I deal with it. I'm more careful about who I let in my life, why I let them in my life, you know. So the point I'm making is we just need to deal with the past. So I am going to give you 3 ways or 3 things to do that is going to help you deal or help you start this process of uncovering the truth behind you. Firstly is the what. So the what is basically you saying, okay, what are the things that I do? What are the patterns that I repeat? Because in our behavior, we have patterns. And those patterns are things that we've developed through our circumstances, our situations and scenarios that we've built through the course of our lives. So it's time to identify what those patterns are. For instance, I mentioned when how first 3 months I would always love a guy, and then my eyes will open after those 3 months. So that's a pattern. It's happened not once, not twice, not 3 times. What is that thing? So that's a pattern. Another thing can be when it's time to do something big in your. Another, for some people, it might be procrastination. When it's time to get to, why am I always procrastinating? Why am I a procrastinator? Studies have shown that procrastination actually has nothing to do with the work. It actually has to do with stress. So why do I get stressed when I feel like I need to do this thing? So That's another pattern. Another pattern can be an inability to say no to things that you want to say no to. I actually have actually been overcoming that, because I used to do that a lot. Say no when I really did. Say yes when I really wanted to say no, because I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But that's a pattern. So things like that, things that you realize that you know that you do often, maybe behaviors that you allow people to, maybe things that you allow people to do to you that you know you don't like. Why do you allow it? You know, things like that, those patterns, those things that you don't want to do, you don't want in your life, or that you know are negative, but maybe you're in denial. Those things, it's time to identify what those things are. The second thing is the why. Now, the why will take a lot of soul searching. The why will take a lot of thinking, and it will take a lot of vigilance, in the sense that you will have to think back to, in regards to the what's that you've written. You alongside each what, I want you to think about why, reasons why, any reason under the sun you can think of, write it down. Any reason why you can think of, any reason why I could think of why I couldn't say no, why I used to fall in love with guys in the first 3 months, and after that my eyes were open, and why I couldn't, you know, I would put those guys before everything in my life within that period. I wrote that down. Why? Broke it down, every single thing I can think of. Some of them weren't even relevant, but when I thought they had the little tiniest relevance, I would write it down. So write that down, right? Then the third is the how. And the how is, how am I going to overcome these things? Now I know what it is that I do that I don't like. That's a pattern that I need to change. Then I now know why. Because after you write these things down, you're just going to write it down. You're going to try to relate them, navigate them, and understand how you found yourself in this position. After you try to understand why, then it's time to understand how you're going to overcome this thing, how you're going to get over it. After you've figured out what it is, you figured out why you're doing it, because after each of these things, like, you're expected, or I should tell you, to try your best to relate them to the what as much as possible. So with the whys, on a scale of 1 to 10, rank them in regards to how much you think they are relevant or related to your what. So to why you actually act in that manner. And once you do that, it's time to go to the how. The how is how you're going to overcome these things. The how is when you put down active steps that you're going to take. The how are the expectations you have in order to overcome these things, so that you can get to your next level. With your hows, be realistic. For instance, for me, I said, okay, I want to learn how to say no to people when I really want to say no to people. And with my how, I decided, well, when someone asks me for something, I'm not going to be like, no, bitch, I don't want to do it. But no, I'm not going to say no. What I am going to say is, babe, let me get back to you on that. I'm not sure. Or what I am going to do is, I'm not really sure what the situation is right now, but I will talk to you about it. Can you give me a minute to think about it? And instead of running away from the situation, which is what I used to do, I decided I was going to stop running. When it came to guys and seeing that, okay, I fall in love with guys easily, and then I start to give up. When I meet a guy, I don't want to say I'm uneasy or on the edge, but I'm very, very, very careful to allow myself to fall. I'm very, very careful to make sure that, to remind myself of what I'm doing, and remind myself of why I want to allow this person in my life. And that way, if I don't want to allow the guy into my life, I stop, I cut it. I decide I don't want to allow you into my life because you are not up to the standard that I want. Or not really standard, because I don't want to say I have a high standard, but we don't gel. The things I need in mind, you don't have. You know, so I take my time to evaluate. So which means I give myself time. For me, my hows are very, very related to time, and which is the time I give myself to deal with the situation. Instead of just moving on quick, I give myself time to think and process what is happening around me. So I don't run away from it, I don't run into it, but I give myself time to think about how I'm going to deal with it. The how has to do with the conscious effort that you're going to put in order to deal with the situations that occur when they occur. So anyway, thank you so much guys for watching my channel. I really hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's my first video. I was nervous and I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope the tips help you to uncover your truth in order for you to take the next step, to elevate, to go to the next level, to be a better person, because that's all we're about out here, baby. You can find me on Twitter at Renny Koya. I'll put it up somewhere. Oh, this is how you supposed to do it. I'll put it up here. I'll put it up there. Or you can find me on Instagram, which is my favorite platform. Sorry guys. Or you can find me on Instagram, which is my favorite platform. And you can find me on Snapchat, and I put my Snap somewhere here as well. But thank you for watching so much. I really hope you've learned some stuff. I really feel like I've shared with you, and I've tried to be as open as possible. If you need to talk to me, you can slide it to my DM. You can slide it to my DM. Okay. If you need to talk to me about anything, I would love to hear from you and hear what you think about this video. I would love you to slide into my DM, yes, and talk to me if you need to talk to. I've been through some crazy stuff, and I'm sure we're all going through some crazy stuff, and there's nothing to be ashamed of, because we just all have to deal with it. Don't forget the what, the why, and the how. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.